Kathy from the Columbus Karma Takes Some Choling, and I'm coming to you this afternoon to talk a little bit about this book, The 37 Actions of a Bodhisattva. And today we're going to be talking about practice number 6. This is a part of the 37 Practices of a Bodhisattva page. If you have not seen our Facebook page, we have a 37 Actions of a Bodhisattva Facebook page. You can check us out there. But for today, I wanted to start by reading verse number 6, practice number 6 of the 37, and to explain a little bit about it according to the teachings of Khenpo Tsultrim Gyaltso. The previous verse that we read was number 5, which was about giving up negative friendships. And verse number 6 is about the opposite of negative friendships, which is positive friendships. And the topic is relying on a spiritual friend. The verse goes like this: when in reliance on someone, your defects wane and your positive qualities grow like the waxing moon. To cherish such a spiritual friend more than your own body is the practice of a bodhisattva. The someone, he says, mentioned in the text is the spiritual friend, or Kamalamitra, as it's known in Sanskrit. If by relying on a spiritual friend whom you deeply respect, your defects and afflictions, your negative karma, suffering, and so on diminish, and then this is a sign to continue your reliance. So he's saying that the spiritual friend, or Kamalamitra, is the person who has your best interest at heart and is guiding you in your spiritual life. And if you can rely on them, and the idea of relying on a spiritual friend means that you go to them for advice, they help you decide what meditations to do, what practices to do. For example, you might want to do a mantra practice, and the spiritual friend will tell you, help you work out which mantra practice is going to be good for you, and also will show you what Dharma books and what practices to study. And in that way, I say that a Dharma teacher is a person who helps us to focus on our practice, because Buddhism is such a big subject, and we can sometimes get overwhelmed by how big it appears to be. And we might feel the impulse to want to practice and study everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And in essence, we become our own teachers. And that's not necessarily going to guide us in the right way. I have a lot of friends in the 12-step tradition of recovery, and they have a phrase in that tradition that goes like this: all of my best thinking has landed me in this situation. So sometimes all of our best thinking lands us deep in trouble, and we need somebody else to help us get out. And so from the Buddhist point of view, if we have a teacher who's guiding our practice, then we'll be less likely to waste our time, and less likely to make a mistake, and less likely to get in our own way. So he says, if by relying on such a person, your defects and your mental afflictions, your negative karma, your suffering, and so on diminish, then this is a sign to continue your reliance. Positive qualities refers to the qualities of the levels of bodhisattva awakening and the paths. It also refers to qualities that develop from listening to the Dharma, reflecting on the Dharma, and meditating on the Dharma. If these virtues increase like the waxing moon, this is another reason to rely on such a person. And because your relationship with a genuine spiritual friend decreases your own afflictions and increases your good qualities, you should consider this friend as more precious than your own body. Examples of how to rely on a spiritual friend are many in the histories of the Karmakaju lineage masters, such as the great Master Tilopa, and then his disciple Naropa, who underwent 12 great trials in trying to subdue his ego afflictions and to become an awakened being. And the other great story of a master-disciple relationship is the great master Marpa and his student, the yogi Milarepa. And so you can read the life stories of these great masters, and they will give you an idea of what reliance looks like, how a student and a teacher can work together to bring the student along in the path. And so now that we've learned from the 37 practices how to let go of negative friendships, the people who make us worse, now it's encouraging us to find people upon whom we can rely for advice and for support and encouragement in our practice, and then to hold them dear. And so next time we'll talk about verse number 7, which is the going for refuge. And I'm hoping that this little broadcast today will keep you feeling encouraged about your practice. I hope all is going well for you. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the chat. And I look forward to seeing you next time with another verse from the 37 practices of a Bodhisattva. I'll say a short prayer in dedication. We dedicate the virtue of this session to all sentient beings. Through this merit, may all achieve the omniscience of Buddhahood. May it defeat our common enemy, wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara, may we free all beings. May we free all beings. May we free all beings. And I see people in the chat said Happy Easter because today is Easter Sunday. So thanks very much for saying hi. And Tom, Corey, really appreciate seeing you, and plus the other folks who have watched on Facebook as well. So take good care, and we'll be talking again soon. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all beings benefit.